The brand analytics report is very helpful. It shows you your market share. One of the things I think a lot of people don't do is look at the brand analytics report to find opportunities. If you have a keyword like the term candles for cleansing house, I had an impression share of like 4%. I had a click-through rate of like 7%. And so I looked at the data and I'm like, that's interesting. I have something that is getting more clicks proportionately than it's getting impressions. So what I chose to do is I updated, some of the content. I put the keyword in the main image. I also spent 4 times as much on ads. And after I made some of this change by looking at the brand analytics data, my impression share more than tripled. My click share almost tripled. My add to carts almost tripled. My purchases did triple. And then after all is said and done, my market share for all purchases on this single keyword was 19%. So I posted a full case study if anybody's interested at myamazonguy.com/ICAP. ICAP stands for impressions, clicks, add to carts, and purchases. And you guys can check that out. But essentially, I think there's a lot of data inside of Amazon that's ignored. If you want to get ahead of it and you leverage those features that Amazon's come out with, the opportunity to see your market share is very effective for PPC campaigns. Last thing I'll mention there, if you go look at the brand analytics today and you look at the top 50 keywords in that report, any of those keywords that you don't have a PPC campaign for, you probably should. And most of them might deserve their own exact match keyword campaign.
What other common mistakes do you see when you take over accounts?
So segmentation, bid methodologies, negation issues, how the targeting is done. But I guess the one criticism that I would give at large is that a lot of people will just parrot the same PPC mantras over and over again, and it may not even be true information. So my best piece of advice to avoid mistakes is to literally just test everything on your account. You'll waste some money through the testing methodologies, but you'll figure out what's right for your account. So at the cost of some wasted ad spend, you may find a growth path or a trajectory that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. Hopefully that's actionable information for people listening to this, but I do realize that people are like, but I need to know specifically what steps to follow in what order. And I'm here to tell you, the longer that I've done this, it's not about the order of operations. It's about the continuous optimization. It's about the leveling up hummingbird methodology, buzzing from one flower to another, and just making micro improvements.
Agree on that. If you run some internal forecast models, what do you predict? Where could we be like in 6 months, in 1 year?
So I think this is a finger in the air type of situation. The bigger a company is, the more they care about forecasting. Why? Because their CEO or their boss's boss is saying, hey, I need to know what you can do this quarter. I need to know what you can do for the year, and then frickin' hit it. But here's the truth. All of the forecasting and predictive analytics is bogus, and nobody actually knows what the hell is about to happen. Now, having said that, there are some things that you can do to anticipate market trends. For example, there are many, many tools on the market that will tell you the spikes and trends of a keyword over time. Take, for example, the word gifts for mom. During Mother's Day, obviously it spikes. But some of you may be surprised to know that it spikes even more during the Christmas rush. So yes, is it possible to know when a product has a propensity to have a higher conversion rate? Yes. But can you guesstimate the exact sales dollars that you're going to get from this? Absolutely not. So that's where I think forecasting can be difficult. But in terms of keyword data, the keyword data is impeccable. It's very reliable. You can see how it's going to do year in, year out. You'll see the market trends. You'll see all the different products and how they stack up. And I think that data is hardcore, very successful. As long as people understand the limitations of some of the data, we take that into account. And so with that in mind, as long as you just continuously make some improvements, you're going to have a success in advertising on Amazon, in my opinion.
Selling on Amazon doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to make it easy for you. Just scan the QR or click the link in chat.